報モビルスーツ隊順次発進。
Hey everyone, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. No, I'm just kidding. It's actually Great Ninja Man here, and this is actually my perspective on a Rob from Flailthroughs video. This is actually the first match I played with Rob and McLeod Gundam and AlwaysSonic, and hopefully it won't be the last one. And the match itself went really well. I tried to coordinate with them as well as possible, but not being in their party, I wasn't able to communicate with them directly. Okay, so the match kind of starts off a little slow, and everybody's sticking together pretty well, so that's good. There's not really a whole lot going on my end right now. A couple of pot shots here and there. I have a habit of hitting shields, which I guess in the long run it would probably benefit somebody if the shield is destroyed. There's not really a whole lot going on until a few minutes into the video, unfortunately, from my perspective. Yeah, we're keeping a tight formation, and that's good. That's always good. You know, I'm taking my pot shots wherever I can just to reduce anything. Help, and that in itself is a small, you know, a small assistance. You know, whatever you can do to help your team out, what you do, even if it's just a pot shot here and there. I tried to get away as fast as I could without wasting thrusters, and it didn't quite work out, so I got a little staggered when the gun cannon blew up. It's no big deal, you know. There were no immediate threats in that vicinity. This guy right here, I had to nail on him a little bit because he was going after a couple of our guys who were otherwise predisposed. And then this Zuda here, I don't know what he thought he was going to do. He just kind of seemed like he was in a struggle to get away. Well, I wasn't really prepared to let that happen. You know, go ahead and take him out real quick. And right now, I'm trying not to interfere with anyone else, and then somehow or another I got knocked down by that melee swing, even though on my screen it looked as though it was resolved. Yeah, I'm just right now doing the best I can to not get caught in friendly fire, while still at the same time doing what I can to help the team out. What we have going on here is just, you know, enemy deployed in on Delta. And that, you know, see what we can do to slow them down a little bit, but it doesn't work out for me at the end. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is near where I go down. It might not be. I might survive this next trip back. McLeod gun was there with his Delta, and he cleaned up that one. That's what it looks like. And over here, he seems to be taking a little bit of heat. One of our other guys is caught in the middle of a shitstorm, if you don't mind me saying so. So I do what I could to break that up. And this is where I go down to the gun. It was poor execution on my end. I shouldn't have wasted my thrusters like that. It probably would have kept me alive long enough to do something a little more than what I did there. And when I respawn, you'll notice here that Flailthroughs is actually at base. Now, I was unaware of the situation, and I saw that he bailed out of his mobile suit, so perhaps maybe he saw something I didn't. So just as a welfare check, I decided that I'm going to spawn in at the base, make sure everything is well, and then once I finally spawn in, I see that he's simply doing repairs, you know. So I just keep on going, and I decide, well, since I'm here, I'll go ahead and initiate an airstrike. And I think I managed to get one out of the airstrike and break up a small enemy formation. It wasn't very tight. I think it was only 3 units involved with the formation. But I was able to take out one of them, if memory serves me right. And, you know, once you get to a certain age, it's not as reliable as it used to be. Oh, there we go, yeah. Yeah, it was a small formation, and they were harassing one of our allies, and I dropped that in there to see if I could disperse them before he got taken out. But unfortunately, his mobile suit was taken out, I believe. But I did manage to get a kill out of that. And with the formation broken up, you know, I go back in there. And the Zuda, I don't understand why he keeps trying to get into the middle of things with that cannon. You know, if he had you know, a machine gun or something, I could understand why he'd want to be in the middle of conflict. And right there, the reason I boosted like that is I saw on the radar I was being approached from the rear. So in order to avoid circumstances that would otherwise be unsightly, I did a side dash and scooped right past him. And as you'll see here, flailthroughs is engaged with the Guff Custom in the pilot bays. And this is actually referred to in his video, and I'm not going to let him get away and capture Delta, so a well-placed beam shot puts him back in his place. The Guff Custom's iframes didn't resolve fast enough for me to get a kill shot, but that's okay, because McLeod Gundam was able to clean it up. And we've got the enemy trapped pretty well in a fatal funnel here. I mean, there's not really a whole lot of advancement here. They're trying, but it's not really a good place to be this late in the match, especially with the entire enemy force basically barricading you. Essentially, they're trapped there. You know, we've got a tight formation here, and they're just essentially in a bad place. And I took a shot there, but nothing substantial. You know, the shield absorbed most of it. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the enemy stays trapped for the remainder of the match. I think one of them tries to bail out of the side there, and I think I'm going to be approaching that segment. Oh, yep, there he is. I see him on the radar right now. He's over there with alcohol blood, and then I go over there and give him some assistance because he was on his own for the most part. And we get another kill there. See, this guy right here, he's just way out of his league. I mean, he's just totally surrounded. There's nothing he can do. Everybody's just beating the crap out of that guy. Sorry, guy. Nice knowing you. And here we're just going back to keep the enemy pinned down in the funnel. And it's a good tactic. It's a good tactic later in the game, especially if you have everybody with the same train of thought, trying to keep the enemy suppressed. I see one of them trying to go off to the side edge again, so what I try to do here shortly is go around that same curve and try to help out whoever's over there on his own. You know, there's not much in the way of enemy forces over there, but they keep trying to use that as an escape route. You know, they don't really have a whole lot of options, so I can't say I blame them too much. I'm kind of surprised nobody decides to take the tunnel and flank us. I'm just going to chalk that up to sheer morbid, stupidity. I would have attempted to take the tunnel, and yeah, I knew the guy's iframes were active, but I was hoping they would resolve in time for at least one of the melee strikes to hit, but it didn't quite work out that way. So the guy is still around the corner, and this is where I go to try to lend a little bit of assistance, but all I do is end up catching a melee attack, which is fine. I mean, this late in the match, and he did manage to land a counterattack on our ally, and he wasted his tackle in order to kill the clock. And good tactic this late in the match, especially with what little health he had, so it was effective, and I was unable to get the kill shot. All in all, I'd have to say the match went pretty well. Well, that's all I've got. This is my perspective on my match with flailthroughs and his friends, and thanks for watching.